Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hey guys, I'm looking at Instagram right now. So welcome. This is live business Q&A. You can ask me anything. Welcome Slip for Life. So basically what this is if you are a service-based business owner, you can ask me anything. You can ask me about branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, how to grow a business to six figures, whatever your question is, put it in the comments. I'm going to address it. I will be here for 30 minutes so that I'm here for you. And if you haven't peeped it already, I am wearing my Purpose Focus shirt, which is part of my new apparel line. So if you're interested in finding out about when my new apparel line is dropping, which is dropping on Saturday, November 12th, you can go to brandwithamw.com/shop and sign up to be notified when the new apparel is available. Okay. All right. So they can hear me. I'm waiting for questions. Submit them now. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't mess up. Let's see. Okay. 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 All right. So let's see if we got anything in the group. Oh, okay. Nice. And we have a question too. So I'm going to look and see. Okay. Nicole. Welcome, Nicole. Okay. So we have our first question. So the question is, how did you go about building your team? So building a team. Yes, I love this question. So how I went about building my team is that, so I actually started building my team I think I heard 2016. And what you do, so I have like 7 or 8 people on my team. I have graphic designers, I have copywriter, I have some people help with marketing, whole bunch of different people. So how I got my first person is they were a graphic designer, and I actually advertised it as an internship. I can't remember why I advertised it as an internship, but basically, you hire people as contractors. So for the very first person, I created my own job description. And then I put it on my personal Facebook page. I put it on my business pages. So, like Instagram, Facebook, all of those. I posted that I had a job opening. I think at that time, I just wrote the description of the job opening and stuff in Microsoft Word and then PDF'd it. So I would attach the PDF to the job listing. I posted it. I'm on a Google listserv called Black Beltway. So I posted it on Black Beltway. And yeah, it basically was like word of mouth. I think I emailed it out. So if you're trying to get your very first team person, I would definitely say start with creating your job listing, which has the roles and responsibilities of it, and some other stuff. So make sure that you do that. After that process, so that was like my very first employee, or contractor. After that process, how I've been able to grow my team more is there's a couple places that I go. So one of them is Upwork.com. So Upwork is a site where you can hire different people, different contractors. And what I have done in the past, it's probably not the most legit thing to do. So don't follow it if you can't, if you know you're if you're not okay with kind of going around and doing things that are a little different. And I see someone has joined the Instagram. Welcome, Papa Ren. You can ask me anything. So if you have any questions, any business related questions, or how to grow a business, branding, marketing, and entrepreneurship, how to grow a six-figure business, feel free to submit it in the chat and I will answer it live. But yeah, so back to how to grow a team or how to go about building your team. So, Upwork, what I did is I took that same job listing and I posted it on Upwork. I had people apply for it, and then I would interview them. I would send them a message like, hey, I want to interview you, get to know you a little bit better to see if you're a right fit for this position. So, I would send them a Zoom link, and it was my private Zoom link. And when they had the Zoom meeting with me, um, I would talk about what my process is. So I would tell them like, I don't want to hire you on Upwork. I want to kind of hire you outside of Upwork. Um, now that I have your personal contact information, like your email address and stuff, we can, talk directly. I can pay you directly if I choose to hire you. So that's how you can get some good candidates for your business. But definitely start with creating your job objection, not objections, your the overview of your job and what you're looking for, and share it on your social media, share it on your email, and things like that. And I see we have another follower. So I see you tuning in. Submit your burning branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a six-figure business questions, and I will answer them live. Also, Instagram, if you have any questions, I see someone is still tuning in. So post any business related questions you have. Any other questions? And I mentioned this earlier, but if you're just tuning in, my energy is a little bit lower today. I am coming back from some travel from my birthday, and I'm a little bit under the weather. So, this FYI. Okay. Any other questions? So, while we wait for a question, I will let's talk a little bit more about this building your team. And what specifically I want to talk about is hiring someone as a part-time or full-time employee versus hiring someone as a 1099 contractor. If you are, growing your business, still kind of getting your footing together, probably don't have like a annual salary that you can, give to someone, you always want to hire people as contractors. And what you do is basically when you have someone that you want to work with, you want to, and it looks like someone said, I was just about to ask that. Perfect. Okay. So, what you want to do in hiring a contractor is that you need to give them, I think it's called the 1099 form. But basically, you have someone, you have discussion with them about the type of work that you want them to do for you. Most of the time, you'll probably do an hourly basis or a per project basis. So it's not like they have a consistent workflow from you, or even if they do. Oh, hi, Kanitra, hi, Naya. Thank you for joining. Feel free to ask any burning branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a six-figure business questions. But yeah, so basically what you do is you have a discussion with that person that you're interested in bringing on as a contractor. Once you have that, you can give them an offer letter, which typically it could even just be in the body of your email where you're saying, this is a contractor position. You'll probably want to find templates online to make sure that it is the way that you want it to be. But basically, you go in there and you say whatever the offer is, you say the hourly rate in there, and then you make sure that you get them to fill out what I believe is called a 1099 form. I can't remember. Actually, let me just double check this because I know that there are a couple things, a couple different forms. Let me see if I can just find the name of the actual form real quick, real quick. Okay, so here is the form. It's a W-9 form. Okay, my apologies. So you want to give them a W-9 form. You want to have them fill that out before you even start working with them. And then you have to file your 1099 contractor form by the end of January, and you have to send that form to them for reporting. When I send them payment and stuff, I don't take anything out of the payment. So you're not taking taxes out of the payment. You're not taking anything like that. So just make sure that you are, kind of on the up and up with that. Consult a tax accountant. I am not by any means any type of accountant or anything like that. So make sure you consult them before that. Okay, so it looks like we got a question from Instagram, Papa Rin. So he said, when starting a business, what are some key things I need to know going in? Okay, there's so much that you need to know going in, and I'm gonna talk down here since this question came from Instagram. But okay, so what are some things you need to know going into starting a business? I would say the first thing is probably the financial piece. So you're starting this business. One, you need to be ready to invest some type of financial something to your business. So that might mean that you've saved a certain amount of money, maybe a few thousand or whatever. It might mean that you need to embark in business credit and look into opening business credit cards account. It might mean that you need to look into working capital, like Stripe and PayPal working capital loans, where you get a loan from them and they take out like a percentage of each transaction that you have coming in so that you can get some money. But basically, excuse me, basically you have to spend money to make money. So if you are not willing to spend any money towards your business, it's going to be really hard to grow it. So make sure you do that. Also, make sure your business is like a legal entity. So if you have not done so already, make sure you establish, you get your EIN number from the IRS, you get your LLC paperwork. And most of the time, it's really cheap. You can get an EIN for free. Just go to the website. And to get the paperwork is usually like $200 or $300, and then yearly you have to pay the state, I believe, like $300 to say that you have a functioning business. The final thing I'll say, and I guess all this is kind of related to money and financial and stuff, but that part is really, really important for your business. The final thing I was going to say is, did I lose it? Oh, make sure you have some type of tax accounting software like QuickBooks that's pulling in your transactions, because that reporting is going to be really important as well. So yeah, those are some key things. Okay, let me see if I have any other questions. Hey, Kanitra, thank you for joining. If you have any business related questions, feel free to answer them or ask them, and I'll make sure they get answered. Okay, so I have another question. This one came in from Facebook. How do you go about getting bigger contracts with schools and the government? I've registered in sam.gov, but have no clue how to navigate it. How do you go about getting bigger contracts with schools and the government? To be honest, I don't really know anything about, well, not anything. I don't know much about getting contracts, especially not government contracts, because it's not my target. Um, But I would think that if you are on like a minority owned business, like if you get those certifications, woman owned business, minority owned business, that probably helps you qualify for more contracts with the government. And there is a database somewhere, again, don't clock me on this because I don't know that much about it, but there is a database. I think it's like a government database of agencies that are looking for certain contracts. So make sure you're in whatever that database is where you're able to search open contracts if they're looking for quotes and looking for things. But yeah, I would definitely suggest consulting an advisor that is going to be more knowledgeable on that than I am. Sorry, that's. All I got for that topic. Hey, Hakimu. Thanks for joining. Okay. Submit your questions. You got any more questions? We got about um we got about 13, 14 minutes left. Okay. So if you're just joining me, ask your burning marketing, branding, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a six-figure business questions. I specialize in service-based businesses, so that's what I'm going to be able to talk the most about. But feel free to submit them. Okay, we got a question from IG. Best way to brand a conference. Brand a conference. Okay. Give me a little bit more information on this, Kanitra. So are you looking to you have your own conference that you want to put on and you're looking to brand it? Let me know. Okay. So while we wait for her answer, in regards to conferences, branding a conference. Okay. So I'm going to assume that she's putting on her own conference and she needs it branded, which means that, she needs a logo for the name of the conference. She needs a color scheme. She needs different fonts. So she said, Women's Conference, Wellness, Relationships, Business. Okay. So I'm assuming you're putting this conference on yourself. Basically, you want to brand a conference the same way that you would brand a company. So you need to start with getting a logo developed. You might be developing the logo, or someone else might be developing the logo. But the logo would be for the name of the conference, most likely. So if you need a logo to start and you're going to do it yourself, you can go to canva.com and develop a logo. You can go to Adobe Express, I think .com, or just Google it, and you can create logos. So do what you need to do to get a logo created or create your own logo. Welcome, Jocelyn. Ask me anything. I'm here. You can ask me any branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a figure business questions. But yeah, so you want to start with branding the conference name, the conference logo. So get a logo created. In that process, you're going to look into colors. I typically recommend a 5 color color scheme for a company, or just for a brand in general. So what you might want to consider is potentially creating a brand style guide for your conference. You can find templates currently for that at on canva.com. And what that will help you establish is you'll establish the logo, you'll establish the color scheme, you'll establish the fonts, any patterns or textures. A pattern is like a wallpaper for your brand. A texture is like if you want to have gold or silver or marble incorporated. And so once you create that brand style guide, you then will know the look and feel and everything of your conference, and you can have anything that you're creating or developing or getting created developed adhere to those guidelines. So I hope you found it helpful. All right. Any other questions? We got about 10 minutes left. Submit your branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a six-figure service-based business questions, and I will answer it live now. Okay. All right. And since we've been talking about branding, let's get a little bit deeper into that. So, if you have not really gone through a process to brand your company or even yourself, maybe you have a personal brand where the brand is all about you and it's under your name. You definitely want to create a brand style guide. My company offers the creation of this. So, if you're interested in doing that, you can book a call at uniquebrands.convert.com. But additionally to this, you want to you want a brand style guide. So you should have your logos in that brand style guide, your color scheme in there, the fonts, like I mentioned, patterns and textures. There might be something like a photo mood board in there too. So make sure you're creating a brand style guide. Again, I recommend using canva.com for that, but make sure you are doing that. And if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, I have the link to book a call with me if you're interested in more information on our branding services. Any other questions? Any other questions? I'm here to answer your burning questions. Okay. All right. While we wait for questions, I will say another question and answer for you guys. So let's see. Let's see. We're talking about branding. Um, I love welcome, Patrick. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. You can put them in the comments. I'm answering any branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a six-figure business question. Okay, Kanisha said, I have a lot of these items completed. And she's talking about the branding items. Just so happens. This is a good confirmation of the journey. Thank you. You're welcome. Great question, Kanisha. Thank you for asking it. Okay, so what was I thinking? I was getting into branding, right? Um, branding your business. Let's talk about branding social media channels. So you have your brand style guide all together. Welcome, Needful Things. Ask your burning if you have any questions in relation to branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a six-figure business. Feel free to ask it. We have about 6 minutes left, so submit your question in the comments, and I will answer it live. But yeah, so let's talk about branding social media pages. So for branding social media pages, so once you have your brand style guide together, and all those other pieces together, you can then think about branding your social media pages. So for social media, let's start with Instagram. So for Instagram, there's a few different places that you can actually use to brand it. So for Instagram, your profile picture, for the most part, for most people, entrepreneurs, companies, you want that profile picture to be a professional picture of yourself. And you want it to be clear. You want your face to be kind of up close and personal. And you just want to make sure that it's of yourself because people connect with people before they connect with the business. So you're the representation of that business, and they're going to want to know more about you and thus, learn more about your business. So make sure that you're connecting with people in that way. In regards to, let's see where else. So the timeline, which are your different posts. So if you have all your colors and things together, one thing that I suggest using a tool, and I keep mentioning this, but is Canva, but specifically their Canva Pro subscription. Their Canva Pro subscription allows you to create brand kits. So you can actually upload your colors there, upload your logos there. And then when you're creating things in Canva, you can also upload the fonts. And so when you're creating things in Canva, you can actually, easily select your colors without doing a whole lot for it. So if you are not using it yet, you should definitely use it. And that's what you can use to create posts for your Instagram. You can also use it to do your highlights, which are those little circles that have like different old stories and things that you've been doing. So make sure you look into that when you're thinking of branding your social media channels. And let's see. So she said, I would like to learn about which colors pull in specific types of audiences. Canvas, everything. Okay, I love this question. Okay, so I actually have a post on my IG that I'm gonna pull up. and we can talk about the different color meanings. Color meaning is really is something that's very important. So if you have not looked into your color meanings, you definitely should. So give me a second. I'm going to pull up the color meaning chart. All right, let's see. It's way down on my timeline. So let's see if I can find it. All right. Still scrolling, still scrolling. I think I'm almost there. Let's see. Okay, I found it. So let me see if I can share this in StreamYard. And I think I can maybe link it. Let's see. I'm going to try and put. Actually, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see my link, so maybe not. But what I'll do is if you look at the recording, it should be in the comments here. So I'm going to post it in the comments. Just the color meanings post. But basically, okay. So for the color meanings, I'm really share my screen. Okay. I think I got it. All right. So for color meanings, so color psychology. Color psychology is a study of how colors affect perceptions and behaviors. It allows us to understand color and use it to our advantage, especially when it comes to marketing and branding. So for your colors, so red. Red is associated with danger, excitement, and energy. It's also known for being the color of love and passion. Pink is feminine, it's sentimental and romantic. Different shades like hot pink can be youthful and bold. Orange, like its namesake, is fresh and full of vitality. It's also creative, adventurous, and associated with being cost effective. Yellow is optimistic. It's a color associated with being playful and happy. Green is natural, often used to demonstrate sustainability, but it can also align with prestige and wealth. Blue is trustworthy and reliable. It's calming or often associated with depression. Purple is royalty and majesty. It can be spiritual and mysterious. Brown is down to earth and honest, often used for organic, wholesome products. White is pure. It conveys simplicity and innocence, often with a minimalistic feel. Black is both sophisticated and elegant. It can be formal and luxurious, but also sorrowful. And multicolor is united or open to anything. It's great for capturing the spirit of diversity. So if you're watching on Instagram, if you want to DM me colors, and I'll send you the direct link to this post, which is an Instagram post. And then for YouTube and Facebook, I'm sharing it in this video so you can catch the recap of it. And I also am going to post it in the comments. So that's it. We're at time now, so I'm going to go. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you next week, every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. I have my live business Q&A. So think of your questions and join me there. You also, if you go to the YouTube, you can see a link to submit your questions. All right. Thank you, Kanitra. Have a good one. I'll see you guys later.